What is up, fellow Guardians? So today we're gonna learn the other builds, the other best builds for the Warlock. We've already seen the Ophidian aspect: high mobility, high recovery, handling, ready and reload speed, counterbalance, chest piece, all that jazz. So there are still situations though where you're gonna need a Lunafaction guy, you're gonna need a grenade guy, maybe just other builds that still can matter when they're needed, and we're going to learn the highest mobility recovery rates for all those builds. But before we get started, there's some information to newcomers that they probably don't know yet, and that information is resilience does not matter in PVE. So if you're still rocking resilience, just know that it's doing absolutely nothing for you in any high stake activity where it's like prestige nightfalls, prestige raids, things like that. It does nothing for you. It's been tested. And for PvP, if you're not at an 8, 9, or 10, it's not really doing anything there for you either, because by that time, the time you get to that high of resilience, your mobility and recovery is suffering so much that what the resilience even does isn't worth losing that much mobility and recovery. So just steer away from it. It's a complete bullshit ass null stat. Just don't even worry about it, dude. Like, you need mobility and recovery. If you are at a 7 and higher mobility, you can strafe dodge every AI in the game. If you're a main PvE, that's something you definitely want to have. And recovery, of course, that's what's getting you out of all those tight jams. When your red bar's knocked all the way off and you're just binking that little millimeter left, it's so happy. You're so happy when that shit starts building back, because your recovery is where it needs to be. You'll get to a point, man, where you can look at another Guardian's stats and you'll automatically know where they can and cannot survive, and how long they can and cannot survive, because you've probably came from those shitty builds, and those that have tried the builds that I recommend, they now see that they can't go back to their previous build because it's too risky, man. Like, you need those stats, because they matter more than anything in the game. That's why you normally don't see me using too many exotics, like the ones that give your grenades back and stuff. I don't use them that much. I use my weapons, my reload, my handling, and all that recovery and all that shit way more in PvE than anything else, and I'm sure everybody else does too. But anyways, I don't want to come off as like just some arrogant asshole that's like spitting off some shit. Like, I've tested all this stuff. It all works. I've done my research. If I do sound arrogant, it's probably just because there's a lot of passionate players in this game, and nobody wants to see or listen to somebody that's better or has more information than they do, so it can come off as kind of arrogant, So I don't mean to come off like that. It's just when I know something to be true, and I want you to know it all and not believe the other, bullshit you may have heard from other YouTubers. I just want you to know, man, it's all for you. This is why I do this shit. So let's do a brief overlook of the Ophidian aspect build. So you need this build because this is the foundation to every other build for the Warlock. And I'll explain more of that in just a second. So you need the high mobility, high recovery. You can use any gear you want. Just copy the stats that the gear has. That's really what matters. The same stats, the same mods. Keep those same shits the entire time. And that's going to play the major game like in every other build, basically, because there's very few pieces you got to switch out when you have this, because it maintains the high mobility, high recovery thing that you're looking for, because now that's what you need, basically. So alright, and if you're a console player, the kinetic counterbalance mod that I have on my chest piece allows me to have more range and more controlled range. It's almost like enhanced range, because when you lock a target, it starts hitting up and down instead of all over the place better, so you can lock more range shots doing that. So that's the reason I do the kinetic counterbalance on my chest piece with the Warlock. Alright, Void class, Claws of Ahamakara. So this one's ready to go right out of the box. You just put it on and it puts you at a 7/10 as long as you have the building blocks of the other build, the Ophidian build, which is, like I said, the best in my opinion. You just basically put them on, they're good to go. They already got the mobility mod on them, so it keeps you at a 7, and you get the 10 recovery. Bam, good to go. Same stats, everything is exactly the same. Just put them on, put it on Devour, and boom, you're good to go, bro. Alright, Sunbracers, same thing, good to go out of the box, put you at a 7/09. It's got the kinetic reload mod on it, so you got still fast reload with your kinetic weapon, which is pretty much your most used weapon a lot of the time. Just put them on, 7/09 build. If you need to do a solar nightfall or anything solar, like the spindle mission or whatever, just melee an enemy, burn a whole room down, good to go. Same thing with the Karnsteins. If you put them on, already good to go there. 7/19 build already has the mobility mod as well. As you can see, having that building block armor with the Ophidians just puts you good on pretty much all the Warlock builds. So there you go, Karnstein. I wish they still did the each melee hit added health, but they don't anymore. I used to use them a lot more until they nerfed them, but they go with any class. Put them on, you're good. Alright, same with the Crown of Tempest. You can rock an 809 or 7010. Just get legendary gauntlets. Make sure they're 2 mobility and 1 recovery. If you put a mobility mod on it, you can be 809 or 7010. Or if you want to put a kinetic reload mod on it, say you don't like the slower reload coming from the Ophidians or something like that, you can still get your kinetic reload and achieve a 709 build with that. So just put a health recover mod on your Crown of Tempest and you get to go. Next we have my speed build. So when I want to go really fast, or I'm on Mercury, which I can't believe we can't ride Sparrows on, but we can on Titan, I put this stuff on. You can use any subclass, any weapon, you know, like all my builds basically with the weapon thing. It's an 808 build. You get power reload, kinetic reload, and just really fastness. So that's my fast reload or fast moving build when I just want to haul ass. Alright, now for the Lunafaction build, the boss melting build basically. You can go 818 or you can go 719 because of the stats on the armor with all the mods and stuff from the building block setup. You can do that different option. And I think the boots already come with the health recover mod, so you're good to go there. You just basically put them on, get your gauntlets with 2 mobility, 1 recovery with a mobility mod on them, and there you go. 719 or 818. I preferred the 818 if you're curious, but that's just me. Maybe 719 if you have, you know, issues with, you know, getting melted or whatever. But anyways, all right, Verities Brow, the grenade making build. So energy weapon kills, charge a grenade for you and your allies if you're standing beside them. You need the health recover mod for it. It comes stock with the resilience, but like I said, I would have health recover on every helmet that I get. You can do 809 or 7010 with this build, same as the Ophidian build. It has the same stats right out of the box. It just has that annoying resilience mod on it that you got to change out, unfortunately, which, you know, health recover mods for helmets don't come by that often, so if you ever get them, or maybe they do for you, I don't know. My drop rate sucks for them, so I never get them. So hold on to them if you ever get them, because they are a treasure to be had. Put them on every helmet you ever get. But yeah, there you go for the grenade making build. Alright, so most people ask me for my PvP build. I don't play a lot of PvP. I don't suck at it, but I just don't get like the excitement of playing it. I don't like being tied to certain weapons. But if you want to know what I use on PvP, I do the same Ophidian build. I rock an 807 though. So normally my legs would have a, instead of a health recover, it would have energy counterbalance. I use energy counterbalance on my arms also, and then the kinetic counterbalance for the chest piece. Everything else is the same. It's just more mobility than recovery because I like to move around a lot faster than I like to recover in PvP. Alright, man, well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. That's the highest mobility recover possible for all the exotic builds that are worth a damn, pretty much. You know, just based on facts. You need mobility recovery, and you don't need resilience, so like I said, steer away from that shit. Good luck in all your fights and all your grinding. If you like my information, hit that sub button, hit that like button, hit my Patreon up if you want to support the channel. Y'all take it easy, bros.